Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom of shimmering lakes and golden fields, there lived a kind and beautiful princess named Princess Elara. She was loved by all for her gentle heart and her wisdom. When Elara turned 18, the king and queen decided it was time for her to choose a suitor who would one day rule beside her. But the princess longed for someone who was kind, brave, and true. So, the king announced,
Let all suitors come forth. Whoever proves themselves worthy in heart, mind, and deed shall win the hand of our daughter.
and thus began the great search for the best suitor. One by one, noble princes, dukes, and lords came to the castle gates. Each had gifts. Prince Alden brought a treasure chest of rubies. Duke Bernard brought a carved throne of ivory. Lord Cedric brought a cloak woven with threads of silver. But Princess Elara, though polite and grateful, shook her head. The king announced 3 trials to test the suitors. A trial of wisdom, to solve a riddle. A trial of courage, to face a dangerous test. A trial of kindness, to show their true heart. All the suitors agreed eagerly, each certain of his own victory. The court scholar gave them a riddle.
I am not alive, yet I grow. I have no mouth, yet I roar. What am I?
Prince Alden guessed, a dragon. Duke Bernard said, a river. Lord Cedric said, wind. Only a quiet young man named Rowan, a humble gardener's son who had slipped into the trials unnoticed, whispered.
It's fire.
The scholar nodded. Rowan had answered correctly. The suitors scoffed, but Princess Elara's eyes sparkled with interest. Next, the suitors were taken to the edge of the enchanted forest, where a wild stag of pure silver roamed. Prince Alden tried to capture it with nets, but the stag broke free. Duke Bernard boasted loudly, but when the stag charged, he ran away. Lord Cedric fired arrows, but they missed their mark. Then Rowan stepped forward. He bowed gently to the stag and offered it fresh apples. The stag lowered its head, ate calmly, and followed Rowan back to the king. The court gasped. Courage was not only in strength, but also in gentleness. The final test came. The king disguised himself as a poor old traveler and sat outside the castle gates, shivering in the cold. Prince Alden walked past, saying,
I cannot waste time.
Duke Bernard laughed and tossed him a single coin. Lord Cedric ignored him completely. But Rowan stopped, removed his own cloak, and wrapped it around the traveler. He shared his bread and stayed until the man was warm. When Rowan helped him to the gates, the traveler revealed himself as the king. Everyone fell silent. The king declared,
Only Rowan has shown wisdom, courage, and kindness. He is the best suitor.
the great hall fell into whispers. Some nobles were angry that a gardener's son had won. But Princess Elara stepped forward and raised her voice.
A true heart is more precious than gold. Rowan has proven himself noble in spirit, and that is what I seek.
Rowan knelt, but Elara lifted him up.
Rise, Rowan. You shall stand beside me, not as a servant, but as my equal.
The kingdom rejoiced. Bells rang across the land. Princess Elara and Rowan were married in a grand celebration where even the humblest villagers were invited. Together, they ruled with fairness and love. The people whispered happily. At last, our princess has found the best suitor, not a prince of gold, but a prince of heart. And so, Princess Elara and Rowan lived happily ever after. And that, dear children, is the story of how a gardener's son became a prince, and how a princess discovered that the best suitor is not the richest or the bravest, but the one with a kind and true heart. The end.